So the community exchange system is the world's largest online platform for alternative currencies. And it was actually developed in Cape Town and has very slowly spread through South Africa, but Australia and New Zealand and England and Spain in particular have just taken it and run and have created communities with thousands of people that, because this is becoming such a common currency that they're using, they are able to, within that community there is somebody offering everything that somebody needs. There are a number of people who are growing food. There are a number of people who are making clothes. There are a number of people who are, say, handymen, who can do a range of plumbing or electrical or help you fix your house in some ways.
In places where liquidity or cash is scarce, like Greece.
And
that's where it really comes into its
definitely.
own, I think.
And in Greece it is expanding rapidly now, because for that very reason. And it's very important to remember that every single human being has some value to offer their community. And unemployment is a strange concept, but it's a product of the monetary system, which says that you need to be able to fit in this paradigm and have these skills and express them in this way. And if you don't do that, then you're not valuable and you will not earn money.
Yeah,
but
it's messed up how the whole thing has become. Like we convert everything that we do gets converted into this money, which actually has no intrinsic value anymore. It used to be based on gold, but now we just keep printing money, and prices are skyrocketing.
Yes.
It's not that prices are going up, it's that the value of that money is going down. So we put all this work into earning this money, and it's just disappearing. The value of what we do and put into this money is just evaporating.
Yes.
So it makes so much sense to do what you're explaining, to convert what people do into something that doesn't inflate, doesn't lose value. It doesn't. You can't go into debt with it. Like there's no way of going into debt.
Debt doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's not a concept. Debt and credits. I mean, you can. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? But there's no value in having 1 million talents and hoarding lots of talents. The value that you have being part of an alternative currency of being part of the Johannesburg Talent Exchange is that you are exchanging on a regular basis. You're getting everything that you need and providing what you can to your community, and through that you're living. You're living a full life.
I think big business has grown and taken control by supplying things that you can't do, So you can do one thing, and that's how you get your cash. But then people have forgotten how to cook and grow vegetables and fix their house and all these things, and therefore these things get monetized, and you have to always have cash to do these things. When there was a list of skills what people could do 50 years ago, and people could sew and knit and do maintenance and all these things. Now people their list of skills has come down to like 2 or 3, maybe 1 even. and
everything else they have to outsource.
Yeah,
get someone else to
and
do.
companies monetize it, so you have to go through them.
Right.
Rather than through someone else. Might be next door who can do that, but
and what is the end result? Like these companies, I don't understand. What is their ultimate goal? They just want to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and control more and more, but what is their ultimate purpose? Like, do they just want to keep consolidating this power and just keep hoarding it? Like how is it going to end up in a good thing for human civilization?
It's the
system.
system.
It's already not, because to do this they have to exploit the environment and do all sorts of things that aren't necessarily good for humans or the earth.
Okay, so Tanya, I have to warn you, I've pretty much never picked up a violin in my entire life, so if I can just produce a sound that sounds half decent, then I'll be happy.
I'm sure you can. It's not that hard.
Okay, well, it looks difficult.
Okay. So the first thing is it's going to sit on your clavicle.
Okay.
So I put the shoulder rest there.
Okay.
You might feel better without it, but I think it increases a sense of security at first. And you're going to put this part of your jawline into there. So I'm going to be all touchy-feely and like that. And for the moment, just put your hand here. Okay. So now the violin's absolutely safe, and you're okay.
Yeah.
You're relatively easy, comfy, and you can just bring this fairly far forwards.
Okay.
So it's this weird thing that you've actually got this elbow fairly far forwards. Okay.
Okay.
Now with this hand, you're going to make a nice crocodile mouth. Okay. And you're not going to be too stiff about it all. Okay. So now we're going to stay where we were. We're just going to move this forwards like this. Okay. You're going to be quite soft. Okay, and you're going to use that. Don't worry about that, it's not exactly how it should be. Keep that underneath for the moment. So this is like how they would have done it in the 16th century, with the thumb underneath, and it's quite a nice relaxed sort of way to hold the bow. Putting it inside the frog, it increases the sort of sense of that you're going to drop it. Okay.
So I just do.
So it's called musette, and it's called musette because a musette is a type of bagpipes. So you're being the drone on the bagpipe.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So don't be shy to be limp-wristed.
Okay.
Activate that. It makes it much easier.
Okay.
3, 4. It's nice. But don't you like how you can feel the sounds that you actually almost use your skeleton to create the sound, or you need to feel the sound in your bones?
Yeah,
it's quite
nice.
nice
To feel the vibrations. Yeah, different than the piano in that
you're not quite so removed.
Yeah. It's like one of the things that I miss most on this trip is no tennis for me. So really great to get out there.
Yeah, no, it's great. We try and play every Saturday.
Yeah.
Try and, you've got to keep it up. Otherwise, it must have been hard for you sort of starting again from a layoff, but you did well.
I usually get it back pretty quick. It's just The thing I was having the most trouble with here, I didn't realize we were so high up here.
Yeah.
It's what, 1,600 meters?
Yeah, 1,600 meters. So the balls fly through the air. You've got to put a bit of topspin on to bring them down.
Yeah, I was having a bit of trouble, keeping them in the court.
Yeah, and the courts are fast, so it's you got to sort of go into the ball, I find, rather than backing away, because it's just easier that way to try, I think.
You try to take the ball early, and hit more down as opposed to, do you put a fair amount of topspin on your shots, or you try to hit just more
unless
down?
You can get it at the top of its bounce, and then you can hit it down quite flat. But I guess everyone adapts in different ways.
When I started training, my dad, he lives in New Mexico, and it's actually a little higher there even, so I started with the high altitude, so it was familiar, and it's like, oh, okay, now I have to completely change my hitting style, because I've been playing for the past 10 years in Toronto at sea level, so you can just hit flat and it just stays in the court, but that's great. Really good
and
to
also
get
up here, because your serve goes fast and comes off the surface fast, you should always be trying to win your serve.
Yeah, that's a huge advantage.
Yeah. It's not always possible, obviously, but.